Hi, I'm Verna DePaul, best-selling author and Happy Ever After contributor, and today I'm interviewing USA Today best-selling author Suzanne Brockmann. You've got something really new and exciting that's coming out. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I'm the first book in a brand new series. It's called the Fighting Destiny series, and the book is called Born to Darkness. And it starts. It's a whole new. Kind of a whole new series. Like, I write books that are really character driven, so I'm not doing anything too different in terms of that. But the series is paranormal. It's set in the future, in a kind of darkly futuristic world, and my hero is a former Navy SEAL. So again, I'm not straying too far from what I love. But by allowing, first of all, I've been writing the Troubleshooter series since 1999. So, I've been doing it for a while, and I really wanted to do something new. I really wanted to be able to explore themes that when you write a paranormal, you can really go places with the social commentary, and because it's kind of it's not so in your face when you make comments in terms of the story and the situation. So I just felt like it was going to be a really good fit for me to try to do something paranormal, and it was an idea that I've been kicking around for a while. So it's kind of new series, the beginning of a new story arc, characters that you'll see throughout the entire Fighting Destiny series are being introduced in this book.
I'm so excited, and I was fortunate enough to get a advanced reader's copy of Born to Darkness and to be able to read it, and I can say it's definitely fabulous and as character-driven as all your stories are.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, how did you come up with the idea for the overall concept of Born to Darkness?
Yeah, well, I knew in terms of writing a paranormal, you can go like it's a paranormal in the sense that there's not it's not a vampires, monsters, demons kind of paranormal. It's a relatively science-based kind of theories that I use, and I've always been fascinated by the power of the human brain. There's so much that we don't know about the brain and how it works, and I kind of took these little things that I've learned throughout the years about how the brain works and how mysterious it is, and I kind of brought it to into this bigger level, bringing in elements like telepathy and telekinesis and even prescience. When you can, when you have the ability to to know what's going to come in the future, but it's based on kind of things that I've just been thinking about for years and years and years. For example, I have a really good friend who's a musician, and he has the ability to listen to a symphony. And just after one listening, he can write out the score. He can write out this is what the clarinet plays throughout the piece. Here's what the violins are doing. And to me, that's like, oh my God, that's like magic the way he can do that. Yeah. And I asked him, okay, so how do you do that? How do you what part of your brain do you push the on button to make you be able to do that? And he just kind of shrugged and he said, how do you breathe? And I have a similar response when I often get asked, where do you come up with your ideas? And to me, it's like, well, there's one, and there's one. It's just how do you breathe? It's a really good answer for that kind of thing. It's just something that my brain can do. My brain cannot do math, so to me, somebody who can do, like my husband is really good at doing complicated math problems in his head. And to me, that's magic. How does he do that? It's as magical and as mysterious to me as somebody who could read my mind.
In addition to writing Born to Darkness, Suzanne has also been producing a small independent film called The Perfect Wedding.
A really cool sweet little story that we are hoping to have screenings at film festivals across the country starting this spring, and we're right at the very edge of end of post production where you you do something called colorizing the film to make it. It's so complicated. and the thing that I've learned is that, okay, I can write a book. I can do that pretty much by myself with the publisher coming in to get the book in print. But when you make a movie, there's no way that one person can make a movie. You really do need 50-something, 60 people to do that, and it really it's a really unique experience, very different from writing a book.
It sounds wonderful. And if people are interested in finding out more about the movie or where it's going to be showing, how can they do that?
We have a website. It's www.theperfectweddingmovie.com. There's also a Facebook page. It'd be great if people could like our Facebook page. It's Facebook / The Perfect Wedding Movie. Distributors look at things like Facebook pages. We already have we're closing in on 3,000 likes, which is really cool for an indie movie that has not been shown to anyone yet. You know, it's really, and the distributor will then say, wow, there's already this built-in audience that we can take advantage of. So it's a great thing if people like the concept. Basically, what we wanted to do was we wanted to write a movie with gay characters, a romance between two gay characters that, and have it be a comedy, but not have any of the comedy come from anybody being in the closet, anybody having to go into the closet. There's no, it's not an angsty coming out story. We have 3 gay characters in the movie, and all 3 of them are completely fine with who they are. They are, their families love them. There's no, the fact that they're gay really is just kind of an incidental. It so doesn't matter to the story. It's basically a love story about 2 people who connect, and so this is something that's a little bit unusual. A lot of LGBT movies are focused on coming out stories or the hijinks ensue because somebody has to go into the closet or somebody is in the closet, and we wrote the movie mostly because Jason, my son, who's now 26 years old, and he came out when he was 15, and he came out and it was like, yeah, we knew you were gay. Thank you for coming out finally and trusting us to tell us this. But you hear about all these coming out stories where, everybody's crying and it's like, dude, we knew you were gay, like from when you were 3. And I'm really, it's like, it's so important that that we love you, and it's so clear that this is who you are and who you've always been, and what we want is for you to live a happy life and find somebody special to spend your life with and share your life with. So Jason comes out and it's like, yeah, great, you're gay, I love you. Where are your dirty socks? And because I'm doing the laundry right now, and so that's the reference that he has. So all these angsty coming out stories, he couldn't relate to them, and he wanted to write a story about young men like him who are gay and their parents love them, and so that's what we did, and so we're really psyched about to see how it's received by not just the gay community, but by the mainstream movie watching audience as well, because it's a really fun little film.
What would you consider a perfect romantic evening?
It's funny, for a romance novelist, I am not much of a romantic. To me, and Ed has learned this, like not so much with the flowers and the candy and because it doesn't appeal to me really. To me, it's really around like the awesome romantic gift is when he goes, "Hey, I've cleaned the refrigerator," like oh, my hero. So really, just hanging with him, just being able to sit on the couch, and we have a couple of dogs, and snuggling with the dogs on the couch, and watching a good movie, that putting our feet up, and then being able to talk about it afterwards as writers, as people who appreciate good storytelling. That to me is just is kind of the ultimate. And if we can work in a sunset walk on the beach too, that.
As we wrap up today, I'd like to end our interview, Suzanne, with a question designed to provide HEA readers an exclusive glimpse into your life or the lives of your characters. So, what's
Absolutely.
something readers probably don't know about you or a specific character from Born to Darkness?
Okay, this is something about me. Um, when I was in third grade, I was so into books and reading, to this day, I'm the same way. But I can get so lost in a book that what I would do at school is I would quickly finish the assignment, and once the whatever worksheet we were working on was finished, I could then take out my book and read. And so I had done this on this particular day. It was a gloomy, rainy day, and I was sitting over by my desk was over by the window, and I was sitting there and I was reading a book. I don't remember what book it was, but I remember that I was enthralled. And I'm reading this book, and I'm reading and reading and reading, and I look up, and the classroom is dark,
Oh,
and I'm the only one there. And I'm sitting there, and I was kind of like, how? And I had no idea what time it was, and it didn't occur to me. I was a really little kid. It didn't occur to me to look at the clock on the wall. So what I did was I assumed that I had been so sucked into this book that the day had ended and the class had been dismissed and everyone had gone home. Because again, it was a gloomy day, so it was kind of dark, and I thought, oh my God, it's nighttime. And so what I did was I went and I got my raincoat and my bag from the where we hung them. You know, it was one of these old time schools. And I put on my coat, and I didn't notice that everyone else's jackets were still there. And I put on my coat, and I went out of the classroom, and of course the halls were empty because it was in the middle of a class of the school day. I walked out of the school, and I went out into the rain, and I stood on the street because that was what on a rainy day my mom would come and pick me up, and I figured, you know, and she wasn't there, and I thought, oh, she must have just like seen that I wasn't here and just like went home. And I stood there just like weeping in the rain, and my mother happened to drive by.
oh,
Of all the crazy things, and she pulled up, and she was like, you know, it's like 11:30 in the morning. What are you doing? And I was so upset. And so she brought me home, and she called the school, and it turned out that the class had gone to like art or music, and they just, you know, and they'd left, and the teacher hadn't. I was so quiet, and I was so into the book that the teacher didn't notice that she left me behind. But that kind of sums up how important books are to me, and how wonderful the experience is of reading a book and being able to lose yourself so completely. But that was something that happened to me because of my love for reading. So that's the story I wanted to share.